Did hashtag save Siege really save Siege? Let's find out on this episode of Siege has been around for roughly 10 years, right? We're in the back end of 10 years. We're entering season 4. And season 4 was revealed today at the Munich Major. If you're not familiar with what the Munich Major is, it's a big Siege tournament with a group stage and a true tournament style bracket with teams from all around the world. And if you weren't aware, M80, a North American team, won the dang thing, and that's a completely separate topic, but go M80. That's a fantastic accomplishment for a North America team. It's awesome to feel that North Americans are at the top of the Siege game right now. But that's not here, and that's not now. What I want to talk about is the changes that they talked about before the games actually started today. Leading into it, they started things off with, we've been listening. We've been reading the feedback, watching the videos, doing all the things, and hashtag Save Siege has caught their eye. They said that they were looking at 4 things that primarily we wanted the most. More anti-cheat, the rank system, cosmetics, and just overall gameplay in the forms of like nerfs and buffs and things of that nature. So, first thing I want to discuss, the cheating. A legendary moment happened today on stage when a dev came out and basically said, F you to the cheaters. It was beautiful. It was everything it needed to be. And I'm glad that Ubisoft is aware that the state of cheating in their game is so bad that it actually drives players away. For a while on console, some of the top players on console were known to be cheating with the style of elo trapping. Elo trapping is when you have 2 Xboxes or 2 PlayStations or 2 consoles and you manage to queue into the same game, one on the enemy team, one on your team, and you can probably figure out what goes on from there. A whole lot of BS, a whole lot of things that just truly are not fun to play. And for a while, that was the state of the game. Cheaters around every corner. Once you got to a certain rank, there was pretty much cheaters everywhere, and in pretty much a cheater in every game. And it's almost unbearable to the point where a lot of people stopped playing. A lot of people said, well, if this is the state that Ubisoft wants us to play in, then this is the state that we're going to leave. And Siege actually died there for a second, in my opinion. The player count was basically left to the cheaters, and it was just cheater v cheater, and it was always happening. And they said that they have plans to fix it. Now, they said they're going to be doubling the anti-cheat update. They're putting a bigger budget into the anti-cheat, which is amazing. I think that's, while not exactly what it needs, it's a damn good step in the right direction. There are a couple other things that would be nice, but for the start, this is beautiful. I think that Ubisoft made a very good executive decision when pushing this down the pipeline, and it's something beautiful. So, the next problem I want to address is the matchmaking. Right, back in the release of Ranked 2.0 was the first time that Siege almost died. Ranked 2.0 was one of the most confusing updates of all time. It basically said, hey, you know that visual rank that you're so proud of? Well, congratulations, it means nothing. All it means is that, hey, you've made a participation to Ranked, and now here's the rewards that you get. That was the only thing it coincided with, and it got very egregious. It made me feel like what I was doing for the game wasn't anything at all. Because the game would take note of what rank you got to, or what rank it thought you were as your hidden MMR, and it would just match you as players as that. So if you had 2 diamond level, champ level, emerald level players, but they were both in copper, it didn't matter because they were still going to play each other and no one was going to go anywhere. It was this constant cycle of holy hell, why am I stuck in copper? Why am I stuck in bronze? Why am I stuck in gold? Why am I, all of these problems arose from rank 2.0. Well, they came out today and said that they are trying to make our visible rank mean something again. They understand that they want to show us that we have been crying out for a big overhaul, and they said, hey, sit down for a second and let me show you something. Their new ranked system, visible rank, is going to mean something. If you're a gold, you will be fighting other golds. Now, granted, they may have been diamond last season, but it's not going to be that noticeable because it's going to take into account everybody on your team, and I highly recommend you watching the video if you want a better breakdown. But I just know that they're doing a big ranked overhaul known as Ranked 3.0, and everyone's excited. I'm excited quite a bit to finally feel like the Siege fan base has been heard because we've been loyal. There are a lot of us who have put up with this BS for years now, and it's nice to see that something is finally changing. Another big thing that they're changing is they're going to stop with the useless nerfs. Denari, one of the new operators, got quite literally nerfed in like the first 2 or 3 days that he was out. Well, they reverted that nerf, and it is quite refreshing to hear that while they are still going to be looking at the analytical side of things, pick rate, ban rate, etc., 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 they are also going to be saying, hey, we're not trying to remove the fun anymore. Just because something is broken doesn't mean it can't be fun. So instead of nerfing something completely into the ground because it sucks to play against, but it's fun to play as, they're not just going to change it to make it, this gray piece of nonsense that nobody wants to use. So the operator dies off and the pick rate goes down and they end up going to the operator graveyard and we go back to the ops that we used to play. They're trying to make the game refreshing again, and I love that. Some big operator changes that they've already announced that are already in the works to kind of show us what they mean with this new buff and nerf change is with 4 main heroes. The first one, Thermite. Thermite is getting 3 breaching charges. And that is amazing to me. That is something that I feel like should have been launched with the game because sometimes 2 just doesn't feel like enough. You can pop 1, it gets EMP'd, it gets turboed, it gets it gets bandit tricked, it gets Kaid tricked. It has the possibility to go down in so many ways, and then you only are left with that one. And if it happens again, then you're just kind of, oh well, good luck. A third one I feel like is very needed. Another good change that they're making is they're making Ace slower. They're not really changing his ability in any way, but they're making it to where he's not as fast. So he's not going to be the most picked, breach operator, which is nice. They're also giving him flashbangs, which is different. I like the change to Hibana. They decided that Hibana is no longer going to have to reload her Zyros pellets or Zyrios pellets or however you want to say it. She's not going to have to reload her gadget. She's just going to be able to bloop, 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 shoot it everywhere, and it's going to be beautiful. And the fourth change to one of the operators that they're making is Maverick. Maverick will no longer have 6 gas canisters. He's not going to have to, he's just going to have one big one. And it's just going to go. He's just going to be able to open walls. He's also getting grenades, which is a huge refreshing thing because the Maverick holes are going to be 10 times deadlier now. He's going to be able to put a tiny hole in the top of like a hatch and just rain grenades down like he's a wannabe fuse. Or he's going to be able to hollow out a corner on Clubhouse and be able to grenade red stairs so that his team can push in through gym. He's going to be able to do so many things now with just the addition of grenades and his ability simply changing. I'm excited for the future of Siege. This is the first time in a long time that I've been excited for the future of Siege. And if Ubisoft is able to deliver with everything that they're pushing out, I can't wait. So if you've made it this far, please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know how long you've been playing Siege. Let me know what your favorite op is. Let me know what your favorite map is. Let me know anything you want to talk about regarding Siege, and I'll reply. But until the next episode, I'm Kevin, and this is my show. And you're watching The Kevin Show. Have a good night. Next episode of The Kevin Show. Deuces.